heart of southern Europe lies a land shaped by empires, invasions, and ancient civilizations, Italy. But beyond the food, art, and history lies a deeper question. Who are Italians, really? Are they closest to Greeks, Spaniards, or something far older? To answer this, we must travel back thousands of years into the origins of European DNA. Long before Rome, before emperors and colosseums, Italy was home to early tribes, mysterious people like the Etruscans, the Latins, and ancient farmers from Anatolia. These early settlers carried DNA from early European farmers, hunter-gatherers, steppe migrants from Eastern Europe. Italy was never just one people. It was a genetic crossroads. Then came Rome, an empire so vast it connected 3 continents. As Rome expanded, so did its DNA. People from North Africa, the Middle East, Greece, Iberia, all mixed into the Roman population. Italy became one of the most genetically diverse regions in Europe. Modern Italians are not all the same. There's a genetic divide. Northern Italians, closer to Central Europeans. Southern Italians, closer to Mediterranean populations. This difference was shaped by geography and history. The North faced Germanic invasions. The South stayed connected to Greece and the Eastern Mediterranean. When scientists compared DNA across Europe, one group stood out: Greeks. Especially Southern Italians share strong genetic similarities with Greeks. This is no coincidence. Thousands of years ago, Greek colonies spread across southern Italy, a region once called Magna Graecia, Greater Greece. Another close match? The people of the Iberian Peninsula. Spaniards and Portuguese share Mediterranean ancestry, Roman influence, similar climate-driven evolution. But while similar, they are slightly more distant than Greeks. Northern Italians show closer ties to Southern French populations, some Balkan groups. This is due to migration across the Alps, trade routes, historical invasions. Italy was never isolated. Southern Italy tells another story, especially Sicily. For centuries, it was influenced by Arab rule, North African contact. This left subtle genetic traces still visible today. Modern DNA tests confirm the truth. There is no single Italian DNA. Instead, Italians are a blend of Mediterranean, European, Middle Eastern ancestry. But overall, the closest genetic relatives are 1. Greeks, especially for Southern Italians. 2. Spaniards and Portuguese. 3. Southern French. 4. Balkan populations. So, who are Italians closest to? The answer isn't simple, because Italy is not just a country. It's a living history of migration, empire, and connection. If anything, Italians are closest to the Mediterranean world itself, a people shaped not by one origin, but by many. To truly understand Italians, we must go back, far beyond Rome. Over 20,000 years ago, during the Ice Age, much of Europe was frozen, but southern regions like Italy became a refuge. Humans survived here, while the north was uninhabitable. These early survivors would later repopulate Europe, meaning part of Italian DNA is among the oldest in Europe. Around 8,000 years ago, a new wave arrived. Farmers from Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, migrated into Europe. They brought agriculture, new tools, a completely different genetic signature. These farmers mixed with local hunter-gatherers and became a major part of Italian ancestry. Then came the steppe migrations. Warrior tribes from the Eurasian steppes swept into Europe. They introduced Indo-European languages, new cultural systems, additional DNA layers. Northern Italy absorbed more of this influence, which is why Northern Italians can appear genetically closer to Central Europeans. Southern Italy tells a different story. Less steppe influence, more Mediterranean mixing. More connections to Greeks, Levantine populations, North Africans. This is why DNA studies often show Southern Italians clustering closer to Eastern Mediterranean groups than to Northern Europeans. If there is one place that defines complexity, it is Sicily. Over centuries, it was ruled by Greeks, Romans, Arabs, Normans. Each left a genetic footprint. Sicilians today carry one of the most diverse DNA profiles in Europe. Beyond Greeks and Spaniards, there are surprising connections. Some studies show overlaps between Italians and Maltese populations, certain Jewish communities, parts of the Balkans, because all of these groups share ancient Mediterranean ancestry. Due to its location, Italy has always been connected to Africa, especially through trade, Roman expansion, Mediterranean travel. Some Southern Italians carry small traces of North African ancestry, a reminder of centuries of contact across the sea. Today, millions take DNA tests hoping for simple answers. But for Italians, the results are rarely simple. Instead of one identity, they often see Southern European, Greek and Balkan, Middle Eastern traces. Because Italian DNA is not a straight line, it's a web. The truth may surprise you. There is no such thing as a pure Italian. Italy has been invaded, settled, and reshaped for thousands of years. What defines Italians is not purity, but mixture. So, who is closest to Italians? The answer? Greeks, especially for the South. Spaniards and Portuguese, Southern French, Balkan populations. But beyond that, Italians are closest to a shared Mediterranean past, a story of movement, of mixing, of humanity itself. Maybe the real answer isn't who Italians are closest to, but how connected we all truly are.